Today on Smackey's Garage, we're going to be testing out a new dash cam for my F-150, the Mangoal Type B. It includes both a front camera and a rear camera. We're going to go ahead, we're going to install them and do a full review after using it for a few weeks. So let's go ahead and let's look at what we're going to be installing. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at this dash cam. I got both the front and the rear here. This is the Type B dash cam from Mangoal. This works for my 2018, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to install it, see how it performs. So before we go ahead and walk through things, I can see that, packaging and everything's nice. The camera is definitely on the bigger, bulkier side than I was expecting. And then it'll be interesting to see how we can actually run this cable from the front all the way to the back. So let's go ahead and take a look at the cameras, then we'll go ahead and get this installed in my truck. Okay, so we have the front camera here, which is on the bigger side. It's definitely bigger than the Garmin that it's replacing. Buttons are on the bottom, which I like. It looks like it's gonna get adhered to the window. So this is probably gonna go there. This is gonna clip on. I guess that's a nice setup. We'll try it out. It's gonna be powered by this cable here. So this is gonna go in between the mirror and the power, and then this connects to here. Then we have the rear right here, which is just going to go on the rear window. You know, it looks like it used double-sided tape to put that on here. It says, please make sure the screen is not upside down before installation. So we got to make sure that that's in the right orientation as well. The nice thing is it did come with a SD card as well, or a microSD card. So we're going to be utilizing this. So let's go ahead and put it on the truck. The instruction manual is actually on the phone. So it looks like here you go to F series. One thing to note as you go through this, there's going to be a separate section for both the front dash cam and the rear dash cam. Now after watching that video, it says to install it in the headliner. Now running this up and through the channel up there with the weather stripping, there's airbags up there. So I don't think that's the best place to run it on the F-150. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to run it in a different location. We're going to go ahead and try running it through the channel underneath the doors that goes from front to back on the driver's side. All right, so it looks like the installation of this one's gonna be really simple. I'm gonna go ahead and just remove this plug. So if you don't have a dash cam in here, all you really have to do is remove that. But for this, you know, the first thing I'm noticing is I have my Easy Pass in the way, so that needs to come off. Now with that off, I should just be able to take off this adhesive tape and then just position this right next to the mirror mount. Now with that in place right there, I should just be able to take the camera and put the camera over the top of it. Go ahead, plug in everything that they gave me. So this connector here, connector that goes back into the mirror, I'm going to plug back in. So for this, I should be able to just plug it in and then run the wire after. Now there's actually 3 wires in this. This is the power, which is coming from their connector on the back of the mirror. This is for a GPS, I guess, which is not included with it. And this one's going to the rear dash cam that I'm installing now. Get that up in position. So now that that's there, I should just be able to run this cable. So I'm going to go ahead and disconnect this rear camera to run it. All right, so a decision needs to be made where this is going to go. Now for myself, I have this sliding rear window. So the window slides to the right. So I'm going to want the camera on the left side over there, or on the driver's side. I shouldn't say left side. So if you pull this down a little bit, you can just tuck it up and in, which isn't bad at all, at least over here. Now before I go ahead and run the back camera, I'm going to be adding the camera, mainly because I want to make sure that I have it in the right orientation. But I also want to make sure that everything works the way it's supposed to. Okay, so I got the front showing. Oh, that's supposed to be the back. Okay, let's go ahead and check the back. Now for the back camera, I have it here. So I'm going to probably mount it right upside down. So right like this. Now I'm actually going to go ahead and install this camera now. One thing I would like to note is it looks like this arrow is on backwards. So this arrow is going to be pointing down when this is oriented correctly. Oh yeah, please make sure the screen is not upside down. So the arrow that comes on it that we looked at earlier, I wouldn't go by that. I definitely make sure you do this first before you even look at that. Now, if I were to have to guess to why there's no videos of people running them up here, It's because you have airbags up here, and that's where your airbag liner is. So if you do want to run it up there, I'm not going to recommend that because of the airbags. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to try to run it somehow differently, probably down through the channel down there, which is probably a much smarter place to run it. So yeah, you can see in here, there's an airbag as well. So I've decided to run it down there. It's coming around there. It'll probably have to stick out a little bit from the truck right there, but I'm running it down here. It's going to go through this channel. I'm working on fishing it through that channel. It's going to go to here. Then I'm going to work my way back up in the back. Now, if you're wondering how I'm getting it through here, I've attached it to my borescope, and I'm going to just pull it through. All right, you can see finally I ran the wire up through there, up through here, up, and then over. And it was literally just barely enough wire to fit. Probably about 3 to 4 inches left over. So now I can go ahead and put this back together. All right, so we are installed now. Now, there's no doubt that there's different ways to install this and potentially better ways. You know, for myself, I'm deciding not to put this where the airbags are, especially over the windows, because, you know, in the end, it's not safe like that. So by having a little bit more wire exposed up here in the front, I'm okay with that just for safety's reasons. I could probably hide this a little bit better inside and behind this, but you know, I want to see how well it works first before I commit to any sort of permanent installation, especially since my plan is to test a bunch of these out. So now that everything's hooked up, let's go ahead and jump to a few weeks later when I've been using it for a while and can give feedback on it. So let's go ahead and check that. All right, now I've had the camera installed for a few weeks now. I've gotten to use the camera a bunch, and I've gotten to review the footage a lot. Now, I haven't been able to check the crash detection because thankfully I haven't crashed, but overall the footage looks pretty good. Now, comparing this to the 1080p dash cam I have, I'll show you some footage of that. We'll take a look and we'll compare the Garmin against that and we'll talk through that. But overall, I mean, the experience with it is nice. I do think that it has a unique wake-up sound that says start recording anytime you start the truck, which is interesting.
Start recording.
From a video standpoint, it's really nice having the rear dash camera if you need it. I mean, it looks really good. You're not going to be capturing license plates that are like 30 feet away. All the video that's captured looks really good. So, I mean, making sure that's clear what exactly happened in an accident. You know, if you're looking at the front and rear, this is the camera that's going to do that. Now, I think one of my favorite parts is how unobtrusive this is in the truck. You know, the software is a little clunky on the phone to use, but overall it works extremely well. One of the features that I'm missing that I liked on the Garmin that I don't have on this is the ability to go ahead and capture a video or a clip like that's 30-second long by pushing the button. Now the Garmin, I could do that. It would capture 15 seconds before, 15 seconds after, and I'd get that clip. For this, you push a button, you can capture a photo, but you can't capture a video. To capture a video of when something happened, you're gonna have to note what time it is, and then you're gonna have to go into the app and then pull down those 2 clips. You know, the other unique thing about this is, you know, it does capture a second clip for the rear camera. So you have 2 clips. You have one for the front, one for the rear. There's an F and a B next to them in the clips to make sure you know which is which. So that's one of the things that you have to pay attention to. But overall, I mean, it's worked really well. So let's go ahead, jump into the footage, look at some of the similar shots that we did last time, and then we'll go ahead and compare them. Now, overall, when comparing this cameras to the other cameras, there's a notably difference in quality. This one has significantly better picture, and you can definitely tell that, you know, the 4K front camera looks really great. When looking at the rear camera does a good job. It's not really going to capture a lot of license plates, but it's definitely going to capture whatever's going on behind the truck. And getting rear-ended or something, this will definitely capture it. At night, the picture quality was surprisingly good. You can see on my window, it just rained, so there is some material there that's getting in the way. But overall, I mean, look how clear the image is. And here's a video of a new F-150 passing me by, and you can see as they pass by, you can capture the license plate as it's going on up forward. So still you get good visibility of the license plate up until about 30 feet away. But you know, having this, being able to look in the front, being able to look in the back, Everything looks really great. And then let's go ahead and check out the audio and see how that sounds.
Alright, don't know why I wasn't recording earlier, but here I am recording again. And no, I think when you're in the app, it can actually pause the recording. So now it is actively recording.
With this camera, I've been really happy with it. You know, I really like that it's integrated into the truck so well that I don't even think about it. You know, I think one of the things that I really like about it is, yeah, it's hidden. So with the Garmin, I could always see it. Hard to push the button there just because of the location that I had it. But with this, you don't really think about it until you know it's there, or you hear that noise in the beginning that says start recording. Other than that, I mean, it's a great camera. It does what it does really well. It captures the front, it captures the back. The software, I would say, you know, after I've gotten used to it for a few weeks, pretty intuitive, really not that hard to use. It just connects. You don't have to find anything. You don't have to do anything. It is really easy. Now, I did buy 2 more dash cameras that I'm going to be testing and evaluating on this channel. So if this was interesting to you, make sure you subscribe, like this video, and I'll see you next time on Smackey's Garage. And if you want, we'll test out those dash cameras, and then we'll do a comparison of how do all 4 compare against each other. So thanks for tuning into Smackey's Garage. I'll see you next time.